Hey friends, Noor here. Welcome back to my channel again. Really nice to see all of you guys again. So I am here with my June TBR. So for the month of June, I don't plan to read a lot of books, mainly because there are a couple of things that is happening in June. So I am not confident that I will be reading 8 books. I will still have a TBR. I will still have 4 books in my TBR. I don't know if that is going to be the only 4 books or if there will be more in the month of June. If you don't know, then I will share with you guys. It's the month of Ramadan, so this is the fasting month for Muslims, and we fast for 1 month from dawn till dusk, and we don't eat, we don't drink, and yeah, I will kind of predict that I will be very tired when it comes to the fasting month because of all the fasting that we have to do. So yeah, and also for the month of June, I will be starting something very interesting in my life. I think I mentioned to you guys once that I am en route to be a teacher. So in June, I will officially kind of start my teacher training, and I am very excited. I am just so excited. So I don't think that I'll be reading a lot, mainly because there are a lot of things that goes on in the month of June on top of the fasting month. The fasting month will start on 6 June and it will end in 6 July. So yeah, really excited for that. So anyways, let's just get on to my June TBR. So for this month, I will be reading 4 books. The first one being The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. I have actually started this a long time ago, I think like 2 years ago, and I just stopped reading for some reason. I have no idea why. So I wanted to just continue on to read this, just to finish up The Lost Symbol so that I can go on to Inferno, which is his 4th book in the Robert Langdon series. So I want to finish this up and I will tell you how it goes. So basically, this is his 3rd book in the Robert Langdon series, and it tells, of course, about Robert Langdon, and he has to go to Washington DC this time around. So yeah, I will just share with you what I thought about it at the end of the month. And then I will be reading a classic. You know that every month I will try to make a point to read a classic. Last month was Animal Farm, so this month would be Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So I am actually very excited for this, and I know a couple of you guys are like super major Jane Austen fans. So I don't know, I've never read anything from Jane Austen. So I am trying to see whether I will be an Austen or a Bronte fan. Okay, so basically this is a story about Elizabeth Bennet, who is this very young, clever, attractive woman, and she has to choose between 2 persons, which is Mr. Bingley and Mr. Darcy, and she has to choose between either one of them to get married. I kind of know the story here and there because I watched Bridget Jones' Diary, so it's very closely related to Pride and Prejudice. So I will see how this goes. Quite excited for it actually. And the last fiction would be The Pearl That Broke Its Shell by Nadia Hashimi. This is Nadia Hashimi's first novel, I think her debut novel, and it tells a story of this girl named Rahima who is in Kabul in 2007 when the Taliban is still around, and she and her sisters can't leave the house, mainly because she's a girl. So when you are a girl during that point of time when Taliban is still around, you're not supposed to leave a house without a male with you. So she can't leave the house because her father is a drug addict. She can't do anything because there are no males in the house except for her drug addict father. So the only hope that she has is to practice or to follow this Afghan custom, which is called Bacha Posh, where females dresses up as male so that they could go out and do work and, you know, to continue their own lives until they find a man or a suitor to marry her. I've never heard of such situation before, so this is a very entirely different take as compared to the Khalid Hosseini books. Also, it is built by Khalid Hosseini, so it's very similar to Khalid Hosseini. you know, with the Afghanistan and Kabul and Taliban situation, but it's very different because there is this custom that is called the Bacha Posh. I'm not so sure about it, so I'm just very interested to kind of read this. And Nadia Hashimi's parents left Afghanistan in the 70s, and Nadia Hashimi visited Afghanistan in 2002 for the first time. So I am very interested to read this. And the last book is a non-fiction. I like to read non-fiction, at least one non-fiction in the month. And this would be Musicophilia by Oliver Sacks. No World War II. Ooh, I look blue. No World War II books. This is an entirely kind of different genre. It is psychology, if I'm not wrong. And Oliver Sacks is basically a neurologist, so he writes books about matters of the mind and the brain and how the brain affects people and all of that sort. And basically Musicophilia is about how music affects the minds of people, and he also brings in certain patients' story where some of them are not musically inclined, but when a tragedy happened that struck them, they are suddenly musically inclined. So he's talking about how music affects a human's brain, and I'm just very interested to kind of learn more about this stuff, you know, general knowledge. So yeah, those are the books that I'll be reading. 4 books this month, not a lot as usual, but if there is time I'll be reading more. If there isn't, then those will be the 4 books. Yeah, so again, as usual, stay tuned for my mid-June reading update. Then I will tell you guys what I have read and what I'll be reading. I'm planning to do the middle of the month updates for you guys so that you guys would know what I am reading and all of that jazz. So yeah, that is all for now, guys. I wish you guys best of luck in reading, and those who are those who are going through Ramadan, then all the best. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed watching this, and subscribe to my channel if you want latest video updates from me in your subscription list. Until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Chill out!